Hey there, Alex Kidman here with just a couple of quick thoughts really about Apple's new iPhone 16 lineup and what they announced at their Glowtime event, which was a couple of hours ago. Now I live blogged it and I've since had a little bit of sleep and a fair amount of coffee, which is why I'm active at all at the moment, but I digress. Here's 5 things that really stuck with me about the new lineup. Number 1, they're cheaper. I mean, they're not cheap. These are not low-cost devices. But what's really interesting is compared to where the iPhone 15, and especially the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, which Apple has now discontinued, was sitting in Australia yesterday, literally yesterday, the new models are between $100 to $50 cheaper each. And that's really unexpected. What we've seen out of the likes of Samsung and Google has been price rises this year. Apple's gone the other way. Not a very Apple move, but certainly a very, very welcome one. Number 2, I love the fact that Apple is turning AirPods Pro into hearing aids. They're putting a hearing aid test into the app and they're going to enable people to kind of work out whether or not hearing aids might be for them. I've got a lot of questions about that one though as well, because that's going to be rolling out a little bit later in the year. They didn't specifically name check Australia on that one, and the TGA here is kind of twitchy about medical devices and things that are meant to provide that kind of help, but also potentially a big kick in that market, given the relative costing of AirPods Pro to normal Bluetooth hearing aids. And I do know a few people who have those. And really interesting to see where that goes. I mean, hopefully down the track, they might be able to bring that down to the AirPods pricing level. They did announce new AirPods today as well, including ones with active noise cancelling, which is going to create a really interesting kind of split between where AirPods with active noise cancelling versus AirPods Pro sit in terms of audio. Number 3, we don't get the fastest 5G. I guess I could have seen this one coming, but yet again, Apple has decided that no, millimeter wave is going to be US only, not for other iPhones, even though these are premium price devices. I do not like this. I have not liked this for ages. Right now, the only current gen phone that you can buy in Australia that has millimeter wave is the Galaxy 9 Pro Fold. Terrible. Not the Galaxy 9 Pro Fold. I am tired. I did say that. It's the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Sorry about that. Anyway, there's not enough millimeter wave phones here in Australia is the point I'm trying to get to. I did say I was tired. Although I suppose the flip side of that is we do still actually get a nano SIM tray in this device. They haven't gone full eSIM for the phones we're going to get down under. But, gee, Apple could have led here and they're just continually choosing not to. Boo. Down with this sort of thing. Then there's the new camera controls, and look, I think here the devil will be in the detail and in how well those work in real life situations, because my experience with touch controls and devices is they're always kind of doing not quite what I want them to do. I really don't like them, for example, in earbuds because they're just so imprecise, and I wonder how well Apple has actually cracked that. I'm keen to actually have a bit of a play with that. And then finally, the thought is on what that does to the overall iPhone lineup. So the iPhone 13 is no more and the 15 Pro lines are no more, but you can still get 14 and 14 Plus and 15 and 15 Plus, although some of the price variants of those are not worth getting. I would bump up to the lower storage spec, 16 if I were you, in terms of long-term longevity of your phone, maybe using a little USB storage there. A little bit disappointing, by the way, to note that there's still USB 2 in terms of speeds. That's kind of ugly, Apple. Get with the program. But where this really leaves an outlier is in the SE devices. So the Apple Watch SE still exists, but did not see any kind of update at all. I also find it very deeply weird that there are new colors of the Apple Watch Ultra, but it's actually not a new Apple Watch, but somehow that's still got to be pre-ordered. I don't know what would happen if you walked into an Apple store today and said, I'd like to buy an Apple Watch in the existing colors. I don't know if they'd be allowed to sell it to you. But I digress. The Apple Watch SE and the iPhone SE are Apple's entry-level products, but they're now really long in the tooth. And they're a bit of a hard one to recommend. I really feel like those lines do need updating, even if Apple is not saying, yeah, cool, they can have an A18 under the hood for the phones. Okay, fair enough, maybe. But they're getting on a bit in terms of the hardware, and that is going to have an effect on what they can do with iOS. Anyway, those are my quick, slightly caffeinated thoughts on Apple's new iPhone lineup. What do you reckon? Got any thoughts? Hit me up in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.